I know you were looking at the clock. You're like, it's 1-ish. Are they coming? We're coming. We've been here from the top of the hour taking care of some dream, do, done business. That's how we do in real time. So we're excited that you tune in and you roll with us at 1-ish every Monday afternoon. And we starting off the second quarter together. So we're grateful to be here. And for those who celebrated a wonderful Passover, Easter, Resurrection Sunday, may you be blessed and encouraged. It's a new season. And we're going to focus in on this second quarter on the things we need to move from dreaming to doing to actually get done. So welcome to the show, everybody. Thank you for being here. My co-host, the how-to coach, Tamla Hartley, is here, and we'll be joined by the pulpit chick, Serena Brown Travis, shortly. She just had to go take care of little 1, 2s, and 3s until we get started. But that's the life of entrepreneurs. We are forever moving. So over to you, Tamra, and hey, Jason, how you doing, my brother?
Hey, everyone. Good to see everyone back another Monday. Look, this Monday comes quick as I don't know what. I'm always saying that too, like, oh, it's Monday. But happy to be here. Had a great, relaxing weekend. Looking forward to this next quarter. And it's so funny. Stacy, is so true. We've been here for a while, but we had to work out some things that we actually teach in our master class. We were actually going over for ourselves, looking at some of our business stuff. So look, when I tell you it goes down and is real, it is. We are examples here, not just in here talking about it. We are being about it as well. So happy you hung in there. Glad you're here. And we're ready for today's show.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now it's a new quarter. We talked about a variety of things that you should be focusing on your journey. A lot of you that listen in, you are small business owners, or you're just individuals with an idea. Like maybe I can start something. Maybe I can move my hobby into a business. Maybe I can learn how to, like the how to coach shows you how to be an actor in your own life. Or maybe you're just connected to us because we give you some inspiration and some thoughts that can help you transform the way that you live. And you know, the way that we do that is always through one of the products that we share with you each week. And there's so much content in it that we are excited about the feedback we're getting from those of you who've actually invested and received your Dream Do Done journal. Woo, woo, woo. So we have some more content that we want to go over today to be helpful to you. And then we're going to share some news just for our listening audience because we have an upcoming event, drum roll please, that you'll be able to participate in. But today we're going to get into just how we set up the journal, right? So we want to make sure that you understand, for those who are viewing for the first time, you're like, wait, I saw some people buy it, but I didn't get my journal. I just need to understand if this journal works for me. So, you know, it's right here on Amazon. And when you go to Amazon, it gives you a preview so you can start looking at the book and getting an idea of what's here. So we want to focus on some of what we discuss with setting your intentions and priorities so you can actually be able to follow along with us while we're having this discussion today, because it's important for a reset at the beginning of every quarter. Someone type in reset. And if you're watching the replay, type hashtag replay, hashtag reset, right? Because you need to have a moment where you're evaluating what's going on in your world from one quarter to the next. It helps you to, one, be able to not just have random activities happening all the time, but really being locked in on what it is that allows you to have that focus. So that's what we're going to go through today. And the pulpit chick is with us right now. So I'll let her greet everybody as she's handling the business. And thank you, Brashetta, for typing reset, because that is important. So we're right at the beginning of the journal, and you can see the preview even when you go to Amazon to buy it. And I want us to reset today so that as you're moving through the second quarter, as you're going back to catch our shows, season 1, season 2, season 3, and somebody. Wait, let me get I don't have my sound effects ready. I'm going to get them ready.
When you said drummer, I was looking for your sound effect.
I was a little slow on the draw. I was having too much fun with that. But it's important for us as we go through this to remind you, we made it user friendly. We made it so that when you go through the journal, you don't have to be locked in to any slip ups that you have, right? Because let's be honest, raise our hands. If you have a dated situation, you're like, oh, well, I didn't do that on that date. And then you start feeling bad and like, oh my gosh. No, you just write in real time where you are. So you just pick back up, take the information, and go through how we laid this out. You're talking about the brilliance of the three of us. Yeah, I said it. The brilliance of the three of us coming together so that we can support you in a way that when we're not in front of you on Mondays or you're not enrolled in our masterclass, you have a tactical tool that will get you the productivity of our tagline from process to progress. So I'm going to let Tamara kick it off so we can go through the first two. Then Serena's going to get the next two. And we're going to roll through this and let this be a blessing to you. Even if you didn't buy your journal yet, this will still bless you. But go on and make sure that you make your purchase. So over to you, Tamara.
So I just want to say right off, this journal is the difference between having a journal full of blank pages and a journal full of action items to take you through a process. And that's what this journal is. And that's kind of what really sets it apart from other journals, because a lot of times, just imagine if you have a to-do list and you just write your to-do list with no kind of thought, no kind of preparation. You're just saying, okay, I know these things need to be done. But what this journal does is it helps you get ready, it helps you prepare, it helps you do it, and it helps you evaluate it. Listen to that. If you need to run that back when you listen to the replay, do that. But that's what this journal is. So, right off, we start the week off with our declaration and our affirmation. I am a big proponent of affirmations. My daughter just actually the other day emailed me and said, Mom, send me some affirmations, because in my motherhood, that is what I preach and teach. And I always believe that we have to set our intentions. We have to declare and we have to affirm it. And so I really like starting the week off with that. Let's not even get into the to-do list yet. Let's actually prepare our minds and know that we can do it and put something around it that helps us get it done. So we start off with the declaration and affirmation to help set the tone. The next is the weekly accountability. Now, it discusses what weekly goals you want to accomplish. And this is just to identify the goals, but a lot of times you already know you can put things in your head that never get out. They stay in your head. You know, I don't need to write this down, Tamara. I got it. You know, I don't need to write all this stuff down. This is a waste of time. If it's in your head, sometimes it stays in your head and sometimes you forget about it. So actually getting it out and writing it down and knowing what your weekly accountability is super important. And that's why we wanted to, that's how each of the pages start off. Each of your weekly pages start out this way.
I love it. I love it. And that I am is so important. I am incredible. Like you have to start feeling it. You
Yes.
laugh. My sister used to laugh at my husband and I when my first son was born, and we would say, I am a champion. I'm a winner. It's important to put that in, and you just words have power. Right
Right.
before there was anything, there was the word. Okay, let me
Right.
send it to
But
the pulpit.
wait,
Pulpit chick, I'm
but
getting
wait.
stirred up. Yes,
Let me
Deborah.
let me tell you how it also worked against me as a parent too, because you know my son, he just celebrated his 17th birthday, but when he was a lot younger, he had stayed home because he said he was going to practice some backflips. Now I'm like, son, you know you're going to practice backflips. He says yes, because you said anything I put my mind to, I can do. And I had to tell him, okay, let's put our mind on some lessons, because I do believe what we set our mind to, we can do. But he was like 7 years old, spitting my stuff back to me. So
I
sometimes
love
they
it.
can use it against us.
And happy birthday to your baby. I love it. I love it. But over to you, Serena Brown, Travis, Papa Chick. You gonna
Well,
hit the next two.
first of all, hello everyone. Again, such a pleasure to be here with you all. I am happy to be here today in the land of the living, and also happy to go over your weekly accountability. And the question is, what weekly goals would you like to accomplish? So, Tamara already said, the I am statement. So after we have that out the way, what weekly goals would you like to accomplish? No need of being all empowered that you're going to, conquer the world, and then you ain't got nothing to do with all that energy. So what weekly goals would you like to accomplish? Now, we advise you to use this section to identify what your weekly goals are. These are the things that you're driving, you're thinking about, you're daydreaming about. These are the things when you fall asleep and all of a sudden you have a fabulous dream and you wake up and you go, I can do this. I can start my new business. I can start the project writing my book. And so this is a great way to develop healthy habits and establish a routine. So we've all talked about losing weight. We've all talked about things that we want to do in our personal lives. And even if you just go bit by bit, Stacy, for instance, has done a starvation. No, she hasn't starved herself, but she has done a fast. Tamara also joined her, and I'm on the fence. I got to see if it works first. It's kind of like the coronavirus. Let's see what everybody else has got. Yeah, I do see that neck bone. I see that neck bone. So only check out the off the items once you complete them. The benefit and the beauty of doing this strategy is you get to look at what you write down, and you get to stare at it every day, all day. And once you accomplish them, and there's nothing better than having that check mark by it. There was a time I even went to an arts and crafts store. Do you remember when we were kids and our teachers would give us a gold sticker or a red sticker? So I decided I was going to buy nothing but gold stickers. And I bought gold star stickers to start pinning, to start marking every time I did something well. And the truth of the matter is I also did that with the calendar. So I could look at, just like in school, I could look at 5 days a week where I did something fabulous. And so the check didn't work for me, but I love the star. Maybe we need to do some stars because those stars made a difference, honey. The bottom line, this helps you review your progress, as we know, and identify any distractions. So of course, life will happen. Of course, our husbands or our children or whatever is going on, they're going to want some extra time. And I mean, I even have a picture of me. There are times I walk around my house with headphones. But of course, when my children, mommy come sit down. Mommy, look at this. And it's like, oh, okay, fine. I'll be up here, So nonetheless, you will have distractions. And it's not to get down on yourself. It's just life. But the blessing is to make sure that you don't let your distractions detour you off of your dreams, off of your goals, and off of the plan that you set for yourself. So do not let your distractions avoid you from reaching your destiny. Let the church say amen.
Action, despite the distraction. Hello,
yeah.
Absolutely. And this even allows you to begin to identify if there are patterns of distraction by actually focusing on that and being aware of it. So all of it can help you identify if you have a distraction and let you figure out how to deal with that as they happen.
And I want to shout out Brashunda because, not only is she saying that she loves the journal, that it's very intentional, that, yes, the healthy habits and routine, consistency is essential, and the journal does the groundwork. I love that. And thank you for just not just tuning in, but actually purchasing the journal, giving us that feedback as a testimonial. As a matter of fact, Brashunda, why don't you go on and just film a little testimonial and we will add you to our website if you don't mind. You don't have to put on all the lipstick and the powder. Just tell us the truth because there is proof in the truth. And we know what we put together to be a blessing for those of you who get this journal and understand how to use it. So like projects, don't spread yourself thin by taking on too much. Focus on strategizing and looking at the week before. Begin with that week and then identify the top projects that you think about and what needs to be done, what needs to happen to move them forward. So looking at your projects are important too, because if we have a zillion things on our to-do list, we're overwhelmed before we get started.
That's right.
So when you're able to just piece each part together, then you get one done and you're on to the next, and then you start building that traction. You wanted to add something else, Tamara?
Oh, I was just going to say, I love the fact that she said the journal does the groundwork. I'm about to put that in the marketing and advertising because that is really true. It lays the foundation and helps you do the groundwork. I love that. That's all I was going to say.
All right, look, we go screenshot all the comments. Yes, and yes. Amber Shudder said she's open to doing a testimonial. I love it. So we need Steve and everybody else who's purchased to do your testimonials because we're doing this for two reasons. One, we know the value add that we're providing. Two, we want to see you win.
Absolutely.
Those are two reasons. We know the value add and we want to see you win. And we're excited when we can hear that our show has caused you to move. I call them the Nicodemus by night text messages or inboxes like, oh, that show was great today. Or I'm like, girl, tell the world about it. Just buy another journal, right? Because that's how we share when we are impacted by something that improves our life, by something that's going to help us get through day to day. It's a daily walk. Nobody has a magic pill that you take and then all of a sudden life is perfect. You have to go through the process to progress and then you see the results. So we'll highlight three more and then we're going to move to our announcement for today. And let me just check I don't know what's going on with the effects up in the studio. I have to talk to the studio manager. But Tara, you want to touch on the people?
Sure. So, one of the things I said earlier is that to get things out of your head, you actually have to think about every part of it. And this is what this does. So, not only you think about your projects, you're also thinking about the people. Who do you need to connect with this week? Who do you need to reach out to? Who are you waiting on? The people aspect is very important. Who are the people you need to connect with each week to move your projects forward? Are you waiting to hear back from someone? Do you need to reach out or schedule a call or a meeting? Do you need to make a personal phone call or prepare an email? Be an effective communicator and follow up on your people resources. And follow up is truly key. A lot of times, like, oh, I need to call Stacy. I need to call Stacy. Oh, I forgot to call Stacy. I'm gonna call Stacy on Tuesday. And then it could go on and on and on, and you don't really connect with the people you need to connect with. If you're waiting on someone, okay, give them a certain amount of time before you follow up again. Because again, and I don't look at it sometimes if people follow up with me, I don't get offended by that because I'm doing so much. I like when people follow up because it holds me accountable, but it also helps me to say, hey, you know what? I meant to reach out to you as well. Let's connect and get this done. So don't be afraid to follow with people. It's not about being a bugaboo and like just being a nag to people, but following up is key. And sometimes that is a slip of a mind for someone else who may not have followed up with you. So if you're intentional and you know who the people and projects are you need to connect with this week, make it happen. But even thinking about and getting it on paper is key.
Absolutely. Follow up and follow through. Dr. Frazier talks about that all the time when he goes through his book Click and some of the lessons that he shared about networking. He said when he would give out cards, people say, well, why would you give out your number and give out that information? He said, because 3/4 of these people are never going to call me back. People don't follow up. Like you get information and you don't follow up. So that was key for us to add and really just set a pace for ourselves. I literally have to write it down. Okay, I have to call this one, follow up with that one. When you get to a certain age, you can't rely on the swiftness of the activities in this wonderful gray matter that is on top of our neck. We got to write it down because our hands become the digital note takers for our mind. That's something that Shay and Trevor coined when we were doing some broadcasts way back when. But it's important. And that's why journaling and capturing information is critical. So, Tamara, you went over people, and I believe Serena's going to hit priorities, and then we're going to follow it up and get ready to close out for today. Isn't this exciting? Rashunda Honey, Jason, we appreciate you. Everybody else who hasn't tapped into the chat, but we can see you viewing. And if you're catching the replay, we appreciate you. So over to you, Pulpit Chick.
Certainly. Well, let me just share this story really quickly. I remember with my father, you all know him, the legendary motivational speaker, Les Brown. There was a time that he called me and he said, baby, what are you doing? And so I told him everything I had to do. I had homework at the time and I had to, make all these errands. He said, okay, that's fine. But what are you doing right now? Oh, I'm sitting watching TV. And he said, oh, okay, well, that's your priority. What? And so he said, honey, when you tell me the things that you have to do, and I ask you, what are you doing right now? And you're doing something as leisurely as watching television. You know how he does that? Television. He said, and that is your priority, to allow someone else's programming to get into your head and you not focus on what you need to do. So make whatever your priorities are, take immediate action. Now, I'm not suggesting that we do the team no sleep, as Stacy has talked about in the past. I'm not suggesting that you just keep on running on fuel, on steam, and you have nothing to fill yourself up with. But there are times that we make a priority list and then we lay down. I know I've done it. There are times I've made it attendance and I told my sisters, hey, this is what I plan on doing. I didn't do it. And then that gets a in-person visit from Tamara Hartley. So therefore, make your priorities a priority and take immediate action. Take immediate action. Take immediate action as if someone else is going to steal your idea. Take immediate action as if you don't do it right now, it won't be done. And so take action. These actions, these tasks become your top priorities for the week. These are the priorities that should be completed before anything else. Don't add nothing else to your plate. Don't add nothing else to your plate. Make sure you take care of step A, and then you can move to step B. So take your priorities, take immediate action.
Absolutely. And then next steps. What's next? What steps need to be taken to continue to move your projects forward? Identify them, list them. This helps your momentum and to stay focused on what needs to be done. And we even laid it out so it's nice and cute, right? It's not complicated. I don't know if you can see, it's not complicated, but it allows you to sketch it out so you can look at a glance at what's there and go through the rest. So that was the little teaser. And we know that Brashunda and those who have purchased the journal, Stephen and everyone that he gifted, Jason, you got your journal yet? So it's all about how we're able to go through and get the results that we seek, right? Because that's important. You see my neckline is just...
It's popping, girl.
Y'all gotta pray for me. But I'm excited about
all the shirts she wearing is kind of off the shoulder a little bit.
So you can see my process to progress. Okay, y'all ain't gonna be able to stand me by the time Faithful Weekend come.
I know that's right. And you better work it too. You better come in the room like this, like
I plan to. That is my goal, honey. And that leads us straight into the segue of announcing that faithpreneurweekend.com is live. I'm so excited because we're going to have, and I want to click to the page where you can see actually that Dream Do Done will be making an appearance as always on our conference schedule. So I'll scroll on down, and I haven't even told the world yet. You're getting a sneak peek. We're about to announce all our honorees, but here we go. Dream Do Done up in the building, in the place to be. So you definitely want to check out the site, and we have an announcement because you are watching Dream Do Done that we're going to give you a special code to give you 25% off of registering for the event. So that needs some applause. I need these sound effects to work, Jesus. So I am excited. Woo! Let's give a round of applause. So DDD, triple D, that is your code. DDD for Dream Do Done, all caps, DDD. That is the code to get 25% off of our all access pass. And we are throwing everything in this year. I'm so excited. It should be more. One of my partners like, wait, you're only, I said, yeah, I know. It's still 2021 is 2020 with a wig on. We don't want people to be too ruffled. We want them to still be able to get what they need to get and be blessed by the transformation.
You did not say 2020 with a wig on.
Oh, listen, she said that before, and I think it's the funniest thing. I love it.
So for the Dream Do Done, DDD, they laughing at me, y'all. I keep them laughing. I told them to pray. Clearly, they're not praying hard enough because God is not finished yet.
That one just took me out. 2020 with a wig on, really?
So I forgot who somebody said that, and I've said it 3 times, so I'm taking credit for it. But it's true. Like, we just don't know what 2021 has in store, and people are still getting back on track. But here's what I do know as we close out the show. We're talking about the journal. Those who stayed in action, those who kept doing, those who didn't get stuck in what they were seeing are the ones who are reaping the benefit now. Because all throughout the pandemic, we were here with you. All throughout the pandemic, we were working on our individual and collective products. All throughout the pandemic, we kept pushing forward. I still hosted a virtual weekend experience in the midst of COVID-19 that was incredible. We do what we say. It's about the action. And we didn't know what was coming. We didn't know how we were going to get through it. But here we are, year 4 with the Faithpreneur Weekend experience. Here we are, season 3 with Dream Do Done. We had to start somewhere. So may you be inspired by that. It was Resurrection Sunday. Resurrect those things you've been sitting on. Resurrect those places, those dry bones that you need to breathe on. Resurrect yourself and be able to finish the race for 2021. I'm sorry, I jumped into pulpit chick mode. Okay, I'm gonna turn it over to
somebody trying to get the plate pass.
I love it. I love it. I can tell where you were yesterday. I'm so excited that you have been redeemed and resurrected. What a wonderful, what a wonderful holiday and everything we celebrated yesterday, but the significance of it for today, us being renewed and revived and indeed resurrected. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you have enjoyed this episode of Dream Do Done. It is indeed a pleasure to always have quality time with my sisters. We laugh together, we've cried together, and they will also make you put the pen to the paper to get some things done. And so I hope that today has been just that for you, that you have now, you can you can prioritize what's happening in your life. You can put things in certain departments and compartmentalize and get it done. That is your goal, to get it done. If not, I guarantee you, Tamara Hartley will show up at your place of business or your residence to see where you are. She's just going to come and check. She's going to have on her black shirt and she's going to say, so what are we doing? There'll be no smile with it. You may get a Friday night call from Stacy NC Grant to say, hey, sis. She starts off nice and friendly. Hey, sis, how you doing? And then, you think, oh, wow, we're just catching up. Oh, let's circle back to the project that we talked about. Let's circle back to the vision that you had a while ago. And ladies and gentlemen, these are the coaches you need for your life in order to push and propel yourself. So again, I am so grateful for them. I will turn it back over to Tamara Hartley, and I'm doing everything I need to do to not get my Friday visit from her.
And you know what? I'm laughing because I wish I could say she was making that up and that she was lying. But I have done just that. So I don't apologize. Sorry, but not sorry. No, we appreciate you tuning in again today. Make sure you stay tuned to the website, dreamdodone.com. It's ticking across the bottom. You can see it all during the show. Make sure you go to the website just to stay up on what we have going on and make sure you can get signed up for that next masterclass. That's going to be a hot ticket item. I'm telling you right now, we can't take everybody. We can't work with everybody at the same time because what we do is focus and dedicate. It's not about the numbers. If it was about the numbers, we could catcall all day long, but this is very specific for those that are ready to work. So make sure you get on that waiting list because when that opens up, you do not want to be left out of that.
Absolutely. And let's just shout out Jason. He made his order. Woo, woo. Go, Jason. Go, Jason. We can't wait to get your feedback when we come back. All right, party people, it's come to a close. See you next week. 1-ish.